Today we will discuss the 5 biggest mistakes regarding burglary protection that you have probably made at home. So pay close attention. Maybe you can prevent burglaries at your home with this. We will start with mistake number 1. A tilted window is like an open window for burglars. They can open it very easily and quickly. By the way, about 10% of burglaries that involve windows occur through tilted windows or window doors. Window doors are simply large windows that go down to the floor, like patio doors or balcony doors. A tilted window can have a disadvantage in terms of insurance. It's best to clarify with your insurance whether a tilted window could be considered, let's say, gross negligence, and whether the insurance would not pay anything or not pay at all as a result. Stay tuned for mistake number 6. It changes pretty much everything, but hardly anyone talks about it. I will tell you at the end. So, that was just one of the 6 mistakes. But I want to tell you again why this is so important. In 2022, there were about 65,000 successful burglaries in Germany. And by avoiding such mistakes, certainly some of the burglaries could have been prevented. But just because you lock the window doesn't mean it's burglary resistant. For that, you need burglary resistant frames and burglary resistant glass. Let's take a look at what happens with P5A glass, which is installed as burglary resistant glass in many homes. You see, it happens relatively quickly, and here we show you the burglary resistance of P6B glass, in this case from Silatech. And here you see, it keeps the burglar outside for a significantly longer time. Now to mistake number 2. Hiding house keys outside is not a good idea at all. Because even if you think you've hidden a part well, assume that burglars know the hiding places, or you were observed while placing the key. By the way, about 6% of break-ins at front doors leave no traces on the lock at all. This also includes cases where someone found the key outside. For example, hiding the key under a larger stone. It's definitely not a good idea. It's known. Another example, an artificial stone with a hollow space in the back. It's also not a good idea. It's also known. A key safe. In this case, it costs 10 euros. Would one place it somewhere near the front door or elsewhere? Some vacation rentals that are rented out do this. Not a good idea. Can be cracked very quickly. Now to mistake number 3. We also help the burglar with the break-in. Take a look at this video. And now imagine it was your shovel that was used to break the window glass, or your screwdriver that was used to pry open the window, or your ladder with which the perpetrators go up to the first floor and break in hidden on the balcony. So, don't leave things lying around. By the way, a tool shed is also not the safest place to store such tools. Be sure to also think about burglary protection on the upper floors. Perpetrators can get up there, various climbing aids, or over the garage awning, depending on how your building looks. And perpetrators particularly like to attack on the first or second floors when there are niches where they can work somewhat less visible because they fear the risk of being discovered. So, now let's talk about social media and what criminals can learn about you there. Mistake 4 is posting vacation pictures on social media. Everyone likes to share their experiences with family and friends. But if you are currently in Mallorca and post beautiful pictures, and even write underneath, "Too bad I have to be home again by mid-August," then criminals probably know that you are not home right now. And be sure to check what your children are posting and educate them on what can happen as a result. It might be wiser to post such pictures only after the vacation. Here is another example. For instance, when football players are at an away game, it is very likely that their house is empty during the match. And of course, it is also reported in all newspapers that a game is currently taking place. With public figures on social media, viewers often find out where they live because they post stories, and you can see, for example, the neighboring house. So, if burglars want to find out where you live, they usually can. Let me show you some of these posts. This is a post from an influencer who wants to showcase their lifestyle. If you have a Rolls-Royce in the garage, there's definitely more to be gained. And on YouTube, he also publishes vlogs where he shows his house from the inside and outside. That's already quite a lot of information. Mistake number 5, we go back to the front door. This may sound trivial, but it is important. If you only pull the front door shut, it falls into the lock, and this can be relatively easily picked by burglars even without tools. Front door, open. If you lock it with the key, then another bolt goes into the lock. That is already significantly safer. Now there are burglary-resistant doors in resistance classes RC1 to RC6. 6 is the highest, and for private homes, it seems relatively effective to use RC2, better RC3, and even better the resistance class RC4. But please, it always depends on your house and the risks. With burglary-resistant doors, several locking points extend around the door, keeping it particularly stable. By the way, such doors are also available with electronic locks, so the locking points extend electronically. Electronic locks are available, for example, with a remote control, fingerprint, or a keypad that you can operate. The principle is relatively similar. Make sure that the products are tested for burglary resistant, and definitely lock them up if you are just going out briefly, shopping, or taking the dog out, and now it gets really exciting. Mistake number 6. Now for the mistake plus one. This one is special because the topic is quite new and really exciting. It's about deepfakes. We don't take it seriously enough, and that is exactly the mistake. Deepfakes are a huge danger. A burglar can call your partner using your voice and say that they should let in the electrician you called. In the evening, you come home and the supposed electrician has taken jewelry, money, or a laptop. Or even worse. This is the last topic I will address, but it is at least as important as the others. If you want more concrete information on burglary protection, click on this video or continue exploring my channel. Until then, stay safe.